tidings now we bring it.
Although clubs are not able to meet together and in person due to the rising coronavirus cases, the Leyden Choir has been creating music and continues to have live performances through Zoom. We were able to talk to some chamber singers to get some insight on what rehearsals have been like, how they feel about performing online, and to learn more about what exactly they have been up to.
Big struggle about it being online was when we sing, we don't get to listen to the other person. We just get to listen to the piano.
A con of being online with the choir is that there's not as much connection, and you don't really get to know as like the people as much, and it's a bit of like it's a different feeling.
Very much used to hearing other voices around me, and yeah, I would much rather sing in person because then I wouldn't have to hear my own voice. Now that we're not all together, it's very easy to make mistakes and it won't be hidden as well.
I'm definitely missing just being able to hear everyone in the same room and just the music that we make together, and it's really upsetting to see that we're not going to be able to have that for now.
However, as expected, Leyden's choir department has persevered through this trying time and has found the light at the end of the tunnel, realizing that transitioning from in-person to online performances has its perks.
One thing that I think is good about having choir and chambers online is I guess that we were able to kind of learn more about technology and how to mix music and how music worked online.
We get more viewers because we get different people from different countries and states, and our performances can help others too because music is really healing, and I believe that us and our performances can help others too because they might be kind of sad for not being able to go to live concerts, but our music can still help them because it'll still sound like us.
It's great to see our choir students doing the one thing they love doing, putting on a performance. For this Eagle Update, this has been Claudia Molo, Paulina Walchik, and Savannah Torres.
At Leyden, many clubs are continuing working despite the separation due to the coronavirus. Last weekend, on January 16, 2021, Leyden's FBLA club participated in the Northern Area Conference through Zoom. In years past, different schools would meet in a designated place to present and be a part of this conference. This year, things were a little different than normal.
I think just in general with COVID, like a lot has changed and everything had to be transitioned online. So like all our meetings have been online, and like we've had to work with the people in my group online as well.
Well, this year was tougher because we weren't actually able to meet as a group, and that made obviously group work pretty tough. So that, in addition to the fact that a lot of the competitions had to be kind of reconstructed to be in a virtual format. Unfortunately, those students who participated last year kind of didn't know what to expect this year. So it's kind of new for everybody.
We met in person one time with our masks inside the lunchroom, but it was socially distanced.
Technology has been a challenge for some, especially this year.
The sense that we couldn't really get that kind of in-person collaboration. It was tough to get all students together. It was tough to get breakout groups going, and it was, ultimately just tougher to finalize the projects that they were working on. So I think the students, they did really well, but it was definitely an added challenge.
It did. I lost about 20 to 30 minutes just on trying to figure out the software, but during state that won't be a problem because we already have it fixed. So I had a production test and a normal test. So my production test was about using the database program on Access, and my other test was just about databases.
It was honestly very easy. Like they gave us a lot of direction on how to do everything, and so it went really smoothly.
Although it was different, the experience was worth it and resulted in a few wins for Leyden.
So I got second place and out of 2 people, so I'm going to stay with a few other Leyden people.
Here are some thoughts about the club from our fellow seniors.
Yeah, it was pretty worth it. I'm going to be doing database and applications in college, so yeah.
I think it was, and I think that's like a really big deal for like FBLA, and a lot more people should be joining. And yeah.
Some more information for anyone interested in joining the club.
So, with 74 different competitions, there is something for everybody. Topics range from everything from network design to entrepreneurship, cybersecurity, and then we even have topics that, in my opinion, don't have a lot to do with business, like word processing, or heck, there's even broadcast journalism. So there's really something for everybody. And people often think, well, I'm not like a business expert or I'm not a technology expert, so I won't do well. And that's not true at all. It's just a lot of fun and something that everybody can succeed at.
This has been Camilla, Angelica, Audrey, and Melissa.
On January 6, 2021, a mob of Trump supporters attacked the Capitol building as the United States Congress finalized President-elect Joe Biden as the winner of the 2020 elections.
I heard about the attack on the Capitol while it was happening. It was all over social media. I would describe it as something extremely disrespectful towards the country and towards everything it represents.
I was shocked and saddened. I've been teaching government, and I mean, I've never seen something like that happen in such an important kind of government symbol or building. And so I was shocked that the security wasn't better to prevent that from happening. And I was saddened that some of the things you saw that day, people threatening to hang Mike Pence or, try to kill Speaker Pelosi. So, yeah, no, it was very disturbing to me that, that's something that's really never happened before in American history.
President Donald Trump was impeached for the second time during his presidency. On January 13th, the House of Representatives charged him with incitement to insurrection. Many point to his Twitter post as the reason why people did what they did.
I think Trump, the actions he took that day were very unprofessional, and I feel like he kind of did the wrong thing, like with everything he did in that day. I definitely feel as he did encourage the rioters on January 6th, with the speech he did prior to it.
I think he bears a good deal of responsibility, just because he keeps denying the results of the election. And I think he has kind of upset a lot of people around the country who I think people might have kind of backed down and been more calm if Trump had basically admitted that he lost the election. And if Trump had said, okay, I accept that, and he won, I lost, I think there wouldn't have been such anger and such level of protest leading up to what happened on January 6th.
We asked Leyden students and teachers their thoughts on Trump's impeachment and how they believe he will be remembered.
And I feel like for a president to get impeached just once is already not like, it's already a bad thing, but the man got impeached twice. And I definitely felt like it was the right thing to do. And I feel like what this means for Trump is definitely going to have a bad name for half of the country. What it means for the country, I feel like no one really knows what's going to happen. I feel like we're in really, I don't want to say desperate times, but I don't know.
I think you have to let things simmer and kind of build some distance from the events before you can kind of start making some sort of historical judgment or evaluation. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. He's no longer president, and I don't think many people are very sure exactly what he's going to do next. And so it's kind of a wait and see game.
After President Biden's inauguration, former presidents Bill Clinton, George Bush, and Barack Obama gave a few words.
We've got to not just listen to folks we agree with, but listen to folks we don't. We can have fierce disagreements and yet recognize each other's common humanity, and that as Americans, we have more in common than what separates us.
I think if Americans would love their neighbor like they would like to be loved themselves, a lot of the division in our society would end.
That's what this means. It's a new beginning. And everybody needs to get off their high horse and reach out to their friends and neighbors and try to make it possible.